just start making, like with the mouse, I just start making one out of clay. And I know exactly what it'll look like. And I mean, they are somewhat controlled and obviously somewhat meticulous in the way that they're made. And they do look exactly like I imagined them to look, which is nice. It's very different from the spontaneity. And sometimes I miss that. I think it would be fun to have spontaneity, but that's not, it's not how I work. It's not how my mind works. I'm much more of a plotter. But I don't use the sketchbook to plot out my ideas. I never really have, you know. And my other sculptures, I haven't really either. Really never have. Always just thought about what it would look like and then made it. That's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and this is the first show that's really been, I wanted to do paintings, mostly selfishly, because I was tired of hauling around sculptures. So I thought, I always envied painters. The sculptor's lament, yeah. Seriously, practical reason. Nobody can buy a sculpture. It's too big. I can't move it easily. It takes big crates. So I thought I'd do paintings. So this is what I did. Of course, they're big ass paintings, big paintings, because I'm paid. See what I do to myself? Of course, they're big, and of course, need to be boxed. So I didn't really help myself out much. And of course, I made this huge floor that I have to figure out what to do with if nobody buys it, which is likely. So I don't know the insanity of the artist, but you're addicted to it. You're addicted to doing what you feel you need to do. And I've always proceeded in my art career in such a way where I've made what I wanted to make, whether it was practical or impractical. So I try to do paintings, and this is what I do. And of course, I've stuck myself with a bunch more stuff that's hard to move. That's it. Oh, wow. It would be wonderful. Well, my son, who is 2.5 now, he loves this piece. He thinks this is the coolest thing. And I have other art in the house, and he reacts to none of it. You know, he doesn't care. My other sculptures or my friends' paintings and drawings that I've traded for and things, he doesn't really interact with them at all. But this piece, more often than not, when he walks by it, he'll point at it and he'll tell me something. He'll say, "That's a mouth," or teeth. Now, when he was 2, he was limited. Now he talks a little more. But he's 2. Teeth. You know, he would. I was just amazed, and that made me even more excited about this work because I knew it would affect. If he reacts to it, that's meaningful, right? I mean, that's the power of art. If a kid goes, "Wow, teeth," that's cool. That's better than any art theory that I can blab on about. Because it's truly meaningless, right? So he really likes that piece. I'm sure he was sad when I moved it because he really does. He points at it and he likes it. He walks by it and looks at it, and it's upstairs. So he walks upstairs. He's like, "Hey, wow," you know. And he wants me to hold him so he can stick his fingers in the mouth, which I'll encourage you all to do. I wouldn't encourage a big group, but you can stick your finger down the throat, and no jello. But go ahead. You can stick your finger down the throat, and I wanted it to be really real. And so there's actually, if the throat goes down and you can't touch the bottom of it, and then, it has, if you look back in there, it has the little, it's not a tonsil, but I've always called it a tonsil, So it's very deep, very three-dimensional. Maybe that's the sculpture in me coming out. It's not just a surface. It has an opening. No, really. Yeah, I love it. I love all of the pieces. I mean, I'm really excited about them all. I like this orange one too. I like the color ones a lot, but I really was afraid of doing too many ones with color because I knew the space I was working with, and I guess as a sculptor, I very much I knew I made all the pieces after I knew where I was going to show them, right? So I knew exactly what I was making. The only one I made ahead of time was that. So everything else, I knew exactly what I was making and where I was making it for. And even though I love the orange one and the pink one and the red one, and the color ones are, for me, really exciting. Um, I didn't want to have like, multicolored wonderland in there. I didn't want to have that techno fever. I wanted the pauses, so it's very much an aesthetic choice to have these white meditative pauses almost in between these, just whams of color that should hit you, and have an experience with color. But then I think that you get an experience with the white too. The the um, the red lips, very intentionally stand out from the white. Um, and even this one, which is white on white, this is like, this is this is the Rothko of the group, right? It's like, it's nothing. I guess it's only shape on surface, but it's not. There's no color. It's like disappearing. It's like the white dog in snow. In my mind, although it's quite visible with the lighting, it still has that same feel for me. That I wanted to eliminate. And of course this sneer. I don't want to say too much. So I mean, I love, and this one particularly, I really love the color, the red lips on that one. I really love the way that worked out. But I think that there's this kind of, I wanted the show to have a particular rhythm with the way that the colors were arranged and the way that they really, stood out and made a bold statement. Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah, is it painting or sculpture or whatever? Or I mean, clearly the floor is installation. I don't think there's any. True. True. Well, I'd love it if the museum just wanted to buy the whole thing, but if somebody wanted to do their floor, I'd be happy to do that too. Mm-hmm. Do you? Yeah, I did. I thought it looked great. Um, yeah, I mean, I think of them as paintings. They're like paintings with small sculptures on them. I don't know. But on the other hand, for the thickness of them was a big, big deal to me. So I call it surface with an opening for a reason. Oh yeah, I've had that idea. Yeah, I had that idea a long time ago. I thought about doing that, but then I figured that it'd be harder to twist your arm. I was gonna do that. Yeah, yeah, I thought about that a lot. Then I decided not to. But yeah, that's kind of. I think the white ones particularly, like this one would be better if the surface wasn't there. Oh God, you okay? It's an interaction. Yeah, it would be, just the mouth white on white wall. I think that would be great. No, I haven't. I haven't. But I think it would be great. It's almost the same idea as this, where, I mean, in an ideal world, first off, the floor is not flat in here. I thought it was. It's not. And so I couldn't get it as perfect and seamless as I wanted. In an ideal world, this would be a seamless installation, where it would be white with mouths with no grid. But it's just the reality and budgetary reason. There's a limit on what you can get to in terms of perfection. And this seam is new. I guess that happened after the opening.